Coming up today, we're chatting with Pete from the Porkers.
There's a couple of long-time fans that found us in the western suburbs of Sydney supporting the Screaming Jets in the 90s.
I'll tell you about an important gig happening at the Lass this Sunday, and Dan will tell us about the latest episode of After Dark. Produced on Awabakal and Warramai land, this is The Good Stuff, powered by BYD on Newcastle Live.
This is
Good.
good stuff.
The good stuff. In response to the urgent situation unfolding in Palestine, the Lass is holding an event called Artists for Ceasefire. It's a massive lineup of local artists including Photo of the Moon, Alana Mundy and Luke Wade. To find out more, head on over to the Newcastle Live Gig Guide. The good stuff. Local band The Porkers have a brand new single out called Calm Down Karen. Here's a chat Dan had with frontman Pete.
So the Porkers are back with new music. It's an exciting time, not only for the band, but also for the fans of the Porkers. Tell me about this new single, Calm Down Karen. I mean, it does what it says on the tin, doesn't it, Pete?
It does. And I don't know about this. We're back. We've always been around.
But back with new music. It's been a while since there's been some new music.
Yeah, we've been dribbling stuff out the last few years, so yeah.
Is this a COVID-inspired thing, you know?
Oh, partially. It's a 2020s inspired thing.
Okay, that makes sense.
So it's music really, comments on modern and popular culture, and that's something that's been happening.
Absolutely.
The rise of the Karens and their need to calm down.
And how have the Karens in your life reacted to the release of the song?
Oh, they're not impressed. Not impressed at all. A couple in particular.
That's good. Okay.
Have voiced their opposition.
They've been Karens to the Karen song.
Well, partially, yes. You could say that, but I don't want to be pointing at any Karens.
Now, let's talk about the recording. Where did you lay this down? Was there a bunch of pre-production that went into it, or you just headed straight into the studio?
Well, actually, it's been the 2020s recording process where it was done in pieces in various places, mainly in Studio 57 recording in Sydney with Mark Scully.
Yep.
Who's done a lot of good stuff and was once in a band called Rat Cat.
Yep.
So we've been working with him on a lot of stuff. The track was demoed at home. Kai Smith did the drums for us.
No slouch, not a bad drummer.
Yep. He's sort of been one of our fill-in drummers the last few years.
Yep.
Different parts were laid down at the Cabin Collective in Maitland.
Okay.
Our guitarist, Dave Gale, lives in Brisbane now.
Okay.
So the guitar parts were recorded there. Vocals in various places. The bass was laid down in Maitland.
And who put it all together, Pete? Who mixed it all together once all these parts had been recorded?
That was Mark in Sydney. So,
yeah, right.
Yeah, me and Mark sort of put that together. So
yeah, right. And what do you think Mark brought to the Porkers sound?
Well, that undescribable element.
Yeah, right.
That engineer producers bring to the thing, and countless years of experience.
And what do you think? You said when we started, we haven't gone anywhere. We've been releasing in dribs and drabs. But one of the things that I'm not surprised, because I'm a fan of the Porkers, but are you surprised, and why do you think that the Porkers keep finding audiences, not only that have stuck with you from the start, but also new audiences? How has that come about? Is it by introduction?
I don't know.
Yeah, right.
I've been in the music industry for over 30 years now, and I don't understand how it works.
Yep, righto.
I think you play the game, and somehow you get to keep playing. You don't get knocked out. At one stage, yes, we had our core fans, and then we got to a stage where we were doing all ages shows, and we'd got to an age where they were bringing their kids or their nieces, nephews, and that sprouted a new range of fans. But I honestly don't know what the secret is, but we have just managed to find a new audience. I suppose being a band that could play with virtually any kind of band, and we've played with metal bands, like Suicidal Tendencies one night, and jazz bands the next night virtually. So we've always found new fans in crowds like that. There's a couple of long-time fans that found us in the western suburbs of Sydney supporting the Screaming Jets in the 90s. And that I remember that being a really, really tough gig.
But you won them over, obviously.
I still remember that. We were opening up, and it was like Penrith Panthers or somewhere like that, and it was pretty full, but the whole dance floor was empty. It was like a big sort of circle to the back of the dance floor, and we were like 2/3 away for our set, and I remember someone yelling out at the back of the crowd, I'm going to have to censor myself here, that's got the word. Somebody yelled out, "Fuck off, you fat, we want the Jets." And I remember going, "It's all right, we've only got a couple left, we'll be out of your way." But, and that was fun. But, and a couple of guys saw us that night, and they've become dedicated fans and still come to our shows. And I just go, wow, that's really amazing that we managed to connect with, some random people like that. So we've picked people up all along the way. So that's been good for us. So whenever we do those festivals or anything like that, it's been worthwhile.
Excellent. And talking about live, you're celebrating the release of this new single with some live shows. From what I understand, you've got one at the Manning Bar and one coming up at the Hamilton Station. Let's promo those and also talk about the lineup we're going to see at these shows.
December the 9th at the Manning Bar in Sydney. And actually both shows we're opening for American band The Mad Caddies.
Great.
Again, an eclectic mix of music. There's ska, there's punk, there's jazz elements, there's Americana elements. So both those shows, so we're the main support. Also on both those shows, a band from Sydney called SM, which features the Porker's trombone player, Dave Berry.
Cool. Two gigs in one night for him.
2 gigs in one night. Actually, I think in Sydney he's doing 3 of the sets.
There you go.
Because there's another band called the Mad Dash that he used to be in.
Okay.
And then, Newcastle, Hamilton Station on a Sunday night. So
that'd be a great gig.
Cancel Monday work. Yeah, that's the Porkers and SM as well. So
yeah, cool.
Yeah, so
a great lineup.
Yeah, it's going to be really good. So
and you can hear the singles available to listen to now, and you've also got this great video clip. One of my favourites from recent years from the Porkers. Tell us about how it's an animated clip. Tell us about how that came about and where we can see it.
Well, you can see it on YouTube or you can see it on our Facebook page. There's full versions of it there. It was done by Mike Foxall.
Okay.
He plays in the Neptune Power Federation.
What a mighty band.
Yep, and was in Nancy Vandal back in the day.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yep, and he's done lots of art for lots of people over the years. You name it. He's done Frenzal clips. He did the Jeff Sahorta clip for the Australian Beef Week show.
Oh, cool.
Yep, so I've been friends. We've been friends with him since way back in the last century.
Right.
And
is this the first time you've collaborated on something?
Well, as far as video goes, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But our 1996 Not Bad, Pretty Good, Not Bad EP, he did the cover art for.
Cool.
Which was a guy hugging a huge schooner of beer.
Yep.
He's been doing some poster art and cover art and that for us on and off over the years. So this one was coming. I knew we needed a clip for it. I knew doing actual video was going to be costly and time consuming.
And with everyone in different locations. No, well, I absolutely love it. And I love the song too. It's Calm Down Karen. You can listen to it now on wherever you get your music, but you've got to see this clip over on YouTube or over on the Porkers Facebook page. It's always a pleasure to chat to you, Pete. Thanks so much for coming in for the good stuff.
No worries. Thank you.
This is where it
Sounds good.
good stuff.
Louise Wilkinson is back with a brand new episode of After Dark. This time she chats with intimacy coach Luke Skews about the nice guy archetype. Bad boy. You can catch it right now on Facebook, Insta, or YouTube, and you can download the podcast from wherever you stream your music.
Good.
That's it for the good stuff today. We'd love to say a big thank you to Pete from the Porkers. Thanks heaps for joining us, and we'll see you tomorrow from 4 p.m. for the final episode of The Good Stuff for 2023.